So why are these speakers being called the holy grail of electrostatic speakers? Let's dig in and find out. I'm sitting here next to my new speakers, which arrived less than a week ago, the WR3 from Prodigio Audio in Hungary. And I chose a beautiful wooden finish. I saw that they are able to customize the speakers, and I just love this particular finish, and I love wood, so here they are. How is Prodigio, this fairly unknown company from Hungary, able to produce an electrostatic speaker that has every other electrostatic speaker in the world playing catch-up? How are they able to get dynamics and bass and having no crossover and a full frequency response and a relatively flat impedance and good sensitivity and also good reliability? How are they able to do that? So the other really, really interesting thing about these speakers is that they do bass. And electrostatic speakers typically, unless they're massive, like a SoundLab speaker that is really more of a room divider than a speaker, and that most people would never be able to put in their home or never want to put in their home because of the massive size, that's the only way you can get bass out of an electrostatic panel. But Prodigio has managed to get bass out of a relatively, let's call it a normal size panel. And these things start rolling off around 35 hertz. Their larger models start rolling off as low as 30 hertz or 28 hertz. And they also do dynamics, which is something that typically electrostats don't do. They're just not known for their dynamics. But these speakers, man, they have fantastic dynamics. The other thing that's really interesting is that the impedance response is relatively flat. They go from 6 ohms down to about 2.5 ohms. And many other electrostatic speakers, especially ones that are full range, they can go as high as 30 ohms, which presents a very difficult load for an amplifier, and you need really beefy amplifiers. And these things can be driven by as low as 20 watts of power, either tube or solid state. I mean, they're a very, very easy load to drive. And I've actually driven them with 2 different amplifiers. One is my BHK 300 hybrid monoblocks, and those are beasts at 300 watts into 8 ohms and 600 watts into 4 ohms. And I've also driven them by another really interesting, very low-cost amplifier, well under $1,000 per channel. They're monoblocks from classdaudio.com, and they're GAN amplifiers. And I actually did a review of a GAN amplifier for the Absolute Sound, and absolutely love the Absolute Sound and grew up reading them and love their YouTube channel and was very proud to have been associated with them for a time. And I put these GAN amplifiers, very modestly priced, about 200 watts into 8 ohms, which would be I think about 300 watts into 4 ohms. And just for fun, I just wanted to kind of throw a very inexpensive amplifier on here, see what happened, and they just sounded phenomenal. And the next step is going to be to put my Atma-Sphere output transformerless MA1 amplifiers on these and see how that sounds. So if you're kind of interested in my journey with this particular speaker and why I chose this particular speaker, please consider hitting the subscribe button. And so as I roll out these videos, you'll get notified and you can join me on my journey with these speakers and a bunch of other things in the audio world and some video things as well.